Hello and welcome to the all-new Game Set Crash. Now in glorious high-definition video brought to you by Android and what does it say? Lenovo and Logitech. Game Set Crash has a ton, and I mean a ton, of brand new features that I am so very excited to share with you all here today. We have a brand new set. I'm wearing suits now, which is and it's all thanks to our new corporate owner, the Urinomos Media Group. Media in your hands today, because you matter to us. And speaking of today, that is the day that this is, and we have a great show for you on it. 1 second. All right, which one of you f***ing morons? Right, so today we are going to be reviewing the Frost mod for Fallout 4, and a little later on, Andrew Dice Clay will be calling into the show. It's going to be really exciting, so stick around. Now, I really love the whole premise and setting of Frost. We're used to seeing the world rebuild of its own rubble in the Fallout series. Each game warps their already twisted, alt-timeline versions of American cities into dangerous, anarchic landscapes filled with giant, irradiated bugs and psychotic raiders. The only respite you're ever offered is inside its small and jerry-rigged towns built on and of the bones of the old world. The nuclear fetish is integrated on every level, from the comic book-like interpretation of the effects of radiation to the atomic design of all of its furniture and cars. It's the world building. It's the world building that I think that has drawn me and so many others into this series. Frost gives us a glimpse into one of the missing links, the world just after the bombs. Who survived, and how, and what must that have taken? In Frost, the clocks have been rolled back to just a few short years after the Great War, placing it before any other game on the Fallout timeline, and directly into the nuclear winter from which its name and aesthetic are derived. And now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't nuclear winter just a theory like gravity or global warming? Well, first of all, Mr. Dummy, let me introduce you to my friend, Mr. Pencil Sharpener, because you missed the point. Hi, I'm Mr. Pencil Sharpener, and I'm not sure what I was supposed to do here, but here is a poorly conceived semi-sequitur about theories.
The lighting switch, the analog scale. Yes, applied science and technology has done wonders to make our lives better. The thermal heat controller, the humidity controller, the gas-powered cooking oven, acceptable attire for women and girls. Why, even little Henry here is made out of technology a little bit. It really is a miracle of modernity, isn't it?
I'm not supposed to be in this.
Why, if one didn't keep his wits about him, he might start to get the idea that science could do no wrong. But he would be wrong. You see, for every great good that exists in this world, there is always a great evil working as its shadowy counterpart. This is called the Urinome, and together they form a system called divine symmetry, as has been predicted and as must be in accordance with the great Kraken. The toothbrush, the electrical tie rack, the reclining armchair, the easy-bake light bulb oven for small girls.
While Fallout's atmosphere is dark and at times foreboding, it seldom conjures the feelings of absolute solitude and hopelessness you will face in every moment of your playthrough of Frost. The air is dense with white fog and the ground bleached with snow. And expect not the star-speckled moonlit nights of Fallout 4. No! The night is deep and black and menacing. The cold white presentation not only serves to highlight your isolation, but also to create a severe contrast between the interior and exterior environments. Entering a building you've carefully crept to for 10 minutes while vigilant for ghouls and survivors feels like an immediate reward. The warm lights of Fallout's dilapidated ruins never felt so cozy. Outside, radiation permeates the landscape, leaving only places like this and the now labyrinthian subway and sewer systems safe to wander without a constant trickle of radiation. The world is populated now by desperate and traumatized survivors of the war. Aside from your plain stock survivors, the world is populated by several new factions ranging from territorial military leftovers to several emergent societies struggling for control over the underground and batshit crazy sewer-dwelling cultists. I give the premise a 7 out of 10. Alright, that does it for the premise, but before we move on to talking about the gameplay, we have to take a call from our special guest, Andrew Dice Clay. This must be him now. So. Alright, here we go. Game Set Crash, you're on the air.
You said you could hook me up.
Hey man, what's up?
Not much, man. You good for like 60?
Yeah, what you need? Alright everybody, sorry about that. That was, doesn't matter. So, the real Andrew Dice Clay is going to be calling in just a second, so, and this must be him now. It is him, right? You sure? What's up, Game Set Crash? You're on the air.
Mary had a little lamb, and she took it, and she had sex with the lamb because she's a slut.
That's very good, Mr. Dice. Hey, so we wanted to ask...
Horton is a hoe. I don't even listen to him. I just talk. I give him money and I talk, and they listen to me. And that's how it goes when you're with the cards man.
Yeah? Well, hey, Mr. Dice...
Oh, and we have sex.
I heard,
That's important. I love that shit.
Right.
I love that shit.
Yeah, it's
so
good. Yeah, it's definitely, it's very good. Hey, Mr. Dice, we heard you're going...
Boy, Blue. In it the money.
Right.
You keep the money. Oh.
Hey, so,
That's the way it goes. Miss Mary Mac, she lies on her back, and if everyone goes to put come inside of her.
Miss, hey, that's not really, it's not really, it's not really that kind of show here, but we just wanted to interview you. We actually just wanted to ask you a couple questions.
There once was a man from Nantucket.
All right, would you cut him off? Cut him off. For clarity's sake, any comparison I make between Frost and Fallout itself will be with survival mode. That is what I tend to play on, the fairest basis for comparison, and what I would consider to be the definitive Fallout experience anyhow. To give that some context, the world Fallout is presented to be is one devoid of resources and comfort. People are lucky to simply be alive, let alone safe. Survival mode forces you to experience that It also encourages you to be cognizant of the scale and the lay of the land by denying you easy access to travel.
I have the right to travel Mother Earth.
This, combined with character needs, lack of easy saving, deadlier combat, and low carry weight, forces you to be more cautious and more deliberate in your travels across the wasteland. As you will find out, I am a masochist, and I respond very positively to punishing but fair games. Anyway, what was I talking about? And the gameplay, that is where Frost really diverges from Fallout. Sure, the world of Fallout can be cruel, but it maintains its humanity through black comedy and NPC interactions. In Frost, your goal is only to survive. The gameplay is built out from existing survival mechanics, but resources are more scarce, enemies are deadlier, and you are all alone. Welcome to the Frost Survival Challenge. The challenge is simple. I will be sent into the woods with nothing but the clothes on my back. That means no food, no water, and no medication. In 1 week, they will come to pick me up, and if I'm still alive, I win. I have no idea what day it is. I'm broken, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm scared. Every morning that I wake up, I'm not sure if I'm grateful or if I'm just surprised. I have no clue who the fuck I am, but I'm pretty sure those two assholes are planning to fucking kill me. Every day that phone rings, and every day I try not to pick it up, and I do pick it up, and every day it is the same call.
Miss Mary Mack, all dressed in black, looking so hot. She played the elephant.
I'm just a little person, one person in a sea of many little people who are not aware of me. I do my little job and live my little life, eat my little meals, miss my little kid and wife, and somewhere, maybe someday, maybe somewhere far away, I'll find a second little person who will look at me and say,
Hello?
I know you.
Hello?
You're the one
Hello?
I've waited for. Let's have some fun. Life is precious, every minute, and more precious with you in it. So let's have some fun.